Hey, what's up, party people? So, it's been a minute or two since I've been vlogging. I've been trying to keep up with the Music Saturdays and just been super duper busy since we last talked. Went racing, went up to South Pelota, Illinois, and did some shifter kart racing. And then the very next weekend went to Oklahoma to hang out with the girlfriend and her family. Plus, the weather's been kind of shitty. I don't know if you can tell right now. Probably you can on the camera. It is cloudy. Yeah, we might be getting wet today. So, where are we going today? We are going to a memorial bike meet. It is down in South County. So it's going to be about a 30-minute ride, and I'm just hoping that in the 30-minute ride I don't get rained out and have to come home. So picked up a couple new subscribers. Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining the channel. I've been selflessly promoting myself as hard as I can and trying to get people to swing by. We're up to, I believe it's 13, 14 subscribers now, so that's not too bad. And, yeah, just super, super excited. So, other than that, what's been going on is, just been super duper busy. Haven't really had time to get the bike out. I joined motovlog.com, which is pretty cool. Been chilling over there and talking to all the new motovloggers and other motovloggers, you know, people from this country, people that aren't from this country, and just talking to them, seeing what they're up to and how they work it. Learned a little bit more about editing. Some of the things that I thought were impossible or I couldn't get to work on iMovie, one of the guys just figured out a workaround for it. So stuff like moving pictures, picture-in-picture audio, all kinds of stuff like that, we got it to where it'll actually work. So I mean, that's pretty awesome. Oh, what are they doing? Going for a walk. Other than that, let's talk about riding safety. Something that happened today that just kind of, it didn't really upset me. I mean, I'm pretty hard to upset, so you can basically just set me off and be like, oh, whatever. But I always have a thing, and I always try to do this thing when I can, because I know it's a little bit safer, and it kind of keeps, oh, I had a beep. It kind of keeps me from, you know, getting sandwiched between two cars. And the thing is that if, like, say we're at a stoplight and we're not moving right now, I would pull up behind a car right here on the outside of their passenger side bumper, where I could see them in the mirror, and maybe a little bit to where if somebody came in from behind, I'd be able to scoot right around them. Now I try to park on the right hand side, or I'll park up here on the left hand side. I don't know if you can see that where my wheels are pointing. Like, so their bumper is like right here, and my bike is actually overlapping their car just a touch. And I've been yelled at, oh, hello, officer. I've been yelled at a couple of times by drivers for doing that, just because I guess people don't understand, or they can't figure it out about like why I do such things. And the main reason why I do it is because if somebody is texting and driving, and I see that a lot here in Missouri, lots of people text and drive, and they don't see or recognize that the cars ahead of them are stopped, or that there's a motorcycle stopped ahead of them. I figure that that will give me enough time to kind of look in my mirror, and because I'm always, you know, watching them rear views, especially when I'm stopped, always checking out them rear views, seeing what's going on there, just to make sure that nobody's creeping up on me, you know, where they can like friggin' rear end me. So I always like leave that little like gap. It kind of gives me a safety out. And I was watching a video today, I don't think it was 6-foot Honda, it might have been 6-foot Honda, I don't remember. I was like looking at it at work and I was trying to figure it out, but yeah, I think it was 6-foot Honda. He was out riding, and I guess he got a new bike or something, because it didn't look like the normal one that he's usually pushing around. But he's out riding with his buddies, and they get on the traffic, and he slows down because traffic, you know, all of a sudden stopped in front of him, and then you hear this like huge like squealing tire kind of shit going on behind him, and you know, all of a sudden he like shoots out, and he shoots out in, you know, the lane, and shares the lane with a car, and that basically is the whole reason, you know, that you do that. And it's actually in the Missouri handbook. It says, you know, that's the safest place when you're in traffic, because it gives you an out. Also, you know, if you line up with the car's tail light, you can, it's a little easier to be seen. That way it doesn't look like the car just has a third brake light, basically. But yeah, so he got like super duper lucky, because it shows his rear facing camera, and on the rear facing camera he's just like, dude, that car almost smokes him. She slams on the brakes, and the car behind her slams on the brakes, and it's just like super duper lucky, dude. I know he doesn't watch my videos, but if he does, you know, link him over here, tell him, dude, you were super super lucky. You need to get sandwiched. I mean, I've watched a lot of crash videos on YouTube, dudes getting sandwiched between cars, which is kind of the reason that I park my bike like that. So anyway, to make a long story even longer, what I did was I linked that video onto my Facebook, my personal Facebook, and this chick that I knew in high school, real whiskey tango, was she's like, oh, I can't believe you would say that, that's so stupid, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, oh, why would you do that? If you got into my lane, I'd fucking hit you. Lanes are made for one car at a time. And where I totally agree with that, and I say, yeah, totally, you should only have one vehicle in a lane at a time, even though I've often been ridden alongside of by a car who thinks that I'm either going too slow or whatever. Woo-hoo, wrong gear. Though I've often had a car try to share a friggin' lane with me because they're a moron, and you know, just to say, oh, if you did that to me, I'd knock you off your bike, I'd run into you. Well, I don't think she was quite grasping the idea of what I was pointing across as to where the bike was parking. And, you know, God bless her heart, because she defriended me. I can't believe she freaking defriended me over that. Like, oh my god, my soul is so hurt. But, my feelings are so hurt because you defriended me because you're an ignorant driver. And then it kind of spurred on to motorcycle people versus car people, because all the motorcyclists were like, oh yeah, well fuck, that dude was so lucky, and I thought that was a bigger bump than it was. And they're like, oh my god, that dude was so lucky, and like, yeah, I totally agree with you, Chris, you know, that's a great place to park. And I was feeling love there, and then like this whiskey tango just hops on and is like, oh my god, you're retarded, why would you ever do that? Because at the end of the day I want to go home. But yeah, it cracked me up. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this real quick. I'm gonna pick up some gas because I'm getting low. Yep, gonna pick some gas up super duper quick. And I will be back with you guys in a second. So yeah, so this chick was like flipping out, basically had her whole little holier than thou temper tantrum because she decided that I was so wrong, and how could I ever say anything like that? It's so ridiculous. Well, I'm sorry, but you are incorrect. Which, that basically cracks me the hell up, because it just shows, you know, like how friggin' ignorant people are. Another little thing I was watching was, something floated around my Facebook. I was linked in a picture, or tagged in a picture. There's this dude from, I think he lived in Missouri. That, you know, every time springtime comes around here in Missouri, you see people start flipping out the, you know, C motorcycles. I'm sure you guys in the States know what they look like. It says, watch for motorcycles, C motorcycles, or, you know, loud pipes save lives, whatever. It's a pretty standard sign with a bumper sticker on it. It's got, or a pretty standard sign or bumper sticker. I think they have them in other states. Like, I've seen them in Oklahoma before, and I've definitely seen them in Florida. But it's usually a yellow sign with a black. It looks like a black silhouette of a dude riding a cruiser. And usually around springtime, those start like popping up all over the place, because, you know, here in Missouri we have the nice winter and weird ass weather, so the weather changes all the time. So one day it'll be warm, the other day it'll be cold. And when you get a warm day, or like a decent day, because warm's relative when it's like 60 outside, every single person that owns a motorcycle goes out riding, which is super cool, because if you too own a motorcycle, you get to see friggin' everybody else, because everybody just kind of keeps their bikes in the winter. Not a lot of people ride in the winter. I ride in the winter a little bit. Usually I have the rule that if it's above 50, I'm on the bike. If it's above 50 and there's no snow overladen roads, I am riding a motorcycle. But some people, you know, they don't ride all winter. They wait till like April or May, or, you know, sometimes early or late March. You just see, like, it'll be funny, like one day no motorcycles, next day motorcycles everywhere. And I think Missouri drivers like forget that motorcycles are in the state when it's in wintertime, because you don't ever see them. But as soon as the weather breaks, out the bikes come. And you also see, you know, guys that are riders or whatever. You can almost always tell somebody that knows somebody with a motorcycle or has a motorcycle, because most of them have this little yellow sticker on the back of their vehicle or a little sign in their yard. It says, you know, watch for motorcycles. So, to make a long story even longer, I got tagged in this picture that it was a dude, let's just for the fun of facts say that he lived in Missouri and he was ranting about watch for motorcycles. And basically his point, and I understand it, was why should he go out of his way? Sorry, I'm using my GPS on my phone, so when my phone got quiet there, like I know where I'm going basically on 270 and everything, but I don't know, I don't know where the fuck I'm going when I get in South County. So basically the idea, and his point, which I do understand, is why should he feel like he has to watch for motorcycles? Why should he have to watch out for them? And I think he was kind of missing the point of the sign. Like, yeah, it says watch for motorcycles, but I always view those signs as a friendly reminder. Like, oh hey, by the way, people are out on motorcycles now. Please watch out for them. Or be aware. Because in the springtime, a lot of people that have bought bikes over the winter are getting their, uh-oh. This fuel door's open. Let's see if we can be friendly. We got friendly. I have like the weakest horn, and that dude was totally fucking around with his phone and driving because he thought his phone was making the beeping noise. I like to think of the signs as a friendly reminder saying, hey, by the way, there might be bikes out. And this guy was taking it as a demand, I guess, that said, hey, you better keep your freaking eyeballs peeled because there's them motorcycle riders out there and they are not going to watch out for you. Which, honestly, that's not true. As a rider, and I'm friends with riders, usually the safe riders, that will tell you that 100% I'm watching what you're doing, I'm watching what the guy behind me is doing, I'm watching what this truck in front of me is doing. And I'm way more aware of what's going on than you are. Not to say that I don't have sudden lapse in judgment, or I don't zone out every now and then, but 9 times out of 10, I'm on super point with who's doing what, where people are, and what their driving tactics are like, because all that shit affects me, because I do realize that I'm on a bike and you're in a car. If I get hit doing 72 miles an hour down the highway, I'm gonna be dead. If you get hit by me doing 72 miles an hour down the highway, he will be just fine. But yeah, he was all pissed off about people, you know, not what, or him being told what to do, basically just voicing his opinion on that. And, you know, no, I totally understand, dude. Yeah, if you took it that way, that sucks. But, dude, it's just a friendly reminder. Calm thy tits. So, what else have we been doing? Getting back into online gaming for sure. I've always been doing the Battlefield 4 stuff. Pull my pants up. I've been doing the Battlefield 4 stuff, still with RTR, Right to Rebel, having a super fun time doing that, hanging out with the cool guys. And now it looks like DayZ is popping back up. And for those of you that don't know what DayZ is, DayZ started out as a mod of a game called, I don't know, and what it was it put zombies in a military simulator game, and this was Not like not military simulator like Call of Duty or Battlefield, but military simulator is you have to eat, you have to drink, or you will die. You know, like life simulator. And it's pretty realistic as far as, you know, the way shit works in there. And Arma had this mod that put zombies in, and it gave you a little bit of an idea of what a zombie apocalypse would be like if the entire world was full of 15, 16-year-old children or adults with the minds of 15 or 16-year-old children. So lots of just killing for fun and stuff like that. Well, a couple years down the road, guys figure out how to mod the mod, and they turn it into a role-playing server. And I know, at this point in time, you're like, Chris, you're being gay. Why are you sitting there playing a role-playing server, pretending to be somebody else in a zombie video game? Like, what is your life come to? What is it like to have a neck beard? And I will tell you that I do not have a neck beard. I have a goatee, and it is quite long and luscious, and I love it. But it's super fun. Like, it's a lot more fun than you think it would be, because you kind of get into it and you meet people, and it's kind of like motovlogging. You know, you got your little story that you tell or whatever, and you hang out with other people and all like-minded individuals, and you just kind of like, you play. I mean, it's a really nice way to play, and you learn the people. You know the different groups, and there's different squads, and people go out there and try to kill you, and there's hostile people that try to rob you. So I like to think that it's much more realistic of what a zombie invasion would be like, because you're going to have the bandit squads, you're going to have guys that are heroes, you know, out trying to protect just the random civilians or the hipsters, because when the shit hits the fan, the hipsters are going to be the first to die. And I say that because, well, I mean, what skills do they have? But all joking aside, it's more realistic, and I like that. It's super fun, and it's easy to play. I mean, once you figure out how to do some basic modding, you are good to go. That's what I've been up to. Just having a super fun time, hanging out, meeting great people. To you new subscribers that signed up, that haven't seen a vlog yet, but only seen the Music Saturdays, what is up? This is how my channel usually is. Other than that, hope you guys all have a safe night, and I am out. Deuces.